What if fixing your fatty liver did not require changing what you eat, but simply when you eat? That might sound too simple to be true. But a clinical study tracking 333 real fatty liver patients for 12 weeks found exactly that. Adjusting meal timing alone without changing the type or amount of food reduced liver fat by an average of 20 to 30%. No surgery, no expensive medication, no extreme diet. Just restructuring the hours when food enters your body. Today you are going to learn the science behind why this works. And the exact morning fasting routine that gives your liver its best chance to heal itself. First, understand why fatty liver deserves your serious attention. Even if you feel nothing right now, fatty liver disease affects roughly 1 in 3 adults. In many developed countries, most people dismiss it because there are no obvious symptoms. But the progression that follows silence is what makes it dangerous. Between 10 and 20% of people with fatty liver develop fatty liver inflammation, and of those, another 10 to 20% progress to cirrhosis. Irreversible liver scarring. Cirrhosis opens the door to liver cancer. The liver is famously the silent organ, capable of losing 70% of its function before generating any pain. By the time symptoms appear, the window for easy reversal may have already closed. A fatty liver diagnosis is not a death sentence, it is an early warning signal. And you are fortunate to receive it. So why does liver fat accumulate in the first place? The biggest culprits are not dietary fats, but refined carbohydrates and fructose. White rice, bread, sugary drinks, processed snacks, and fruit juices. These get converted into triglycerides inside the liver and stored as fat. Compounding this is the modern habit of eating across 16 to 18 hours of the day. When insulin remains chronically elevated, the liver's fat-burning pathways stay switched off, while fat synthesis continues unopposed. The liver never gets a rest. It is like a waste management facility, forced to receive deliveries around the clock, with no time to process or clear anything. This is precisely why fasting time is the most powerful lever for fatty liver reversal. During a fasting state, insulin drops sharply. Once insulin falls low enough, the liver is finally permitted to switch into fat-burning mode. It works through stored glycogen first, and when that is depleted, it begins pulling fatty acids directly from its own fat stores and burning them through a process called beta oxidation. This is the moment liver fat is actually consumed. During this process, the liver releases a hormone called FGF21, fibroblast growth factor 21, which acts as a biological command signal to accelerate fat oxidation, suppress new fat synthesis, and improve insulin sensitivity. A 2025 molecular study confirmed that intermittent fasting activates the FGF21 signaling pathway to directly slow liver fat accumulation and reduce the risk of fibrosis progression. Fasting does not merely reduce calories. It flips the metabolic switch inside the liver itself. The numbers from real clinical trials confirm this is not just theory. A 16-week clinical trial found that time-restricted eating reduced hepatic steatosis by 25.8%, compared to just 0.7% in the standard care group. A separate study using a lacto-ovo-vegetarian diet, combined with time-restricted eating, found a 36.2% reduction in the fatty liver index score. A meta-analysis comparing intermittent fasting to a regular diet confirmed consistent reductions in both ALT and AST liver enzyme levels, the primary markers doctors use to track liver damage. Among patients who practiced intermittent fasting, 72.2% achieved meaningful liver fat reduction, compared to just 44.4% following standard calorie restriction. The evidence is consistent, significant, and growing. The practical framework that research supports most strongly is a daily eating window of 8 to 10 hours, with 14 to 16 hours of fasting in between. If you currently eat your last meal at 9 p.m., start by moving it to 8 p.m. this week. Then 7 p.m. the week after. Aim to have your first meal of the day no earlier than 9 a.m., ideally between 10 and 11 a.m. This creates a natural fasting window that works with your sleep cycle, making the full duration easier to sustain. Do not try to make the jump overnight, shifting your eating window by 30 minutes each week. is a sustainable pace that most people can maintain without feeling deprived. During your fasting window, 2 drinks make a meaningful difference for liver health. The first is black coffee. Research confirms that 2 to 3 cups of black coffee per day significantly inhibit liver fibrosis progression in people with fatty liver disease. The chlorogenic acids and polyphenols in coffee suppress liver inflammation, reduce oxidative stress on hepatocytes, and accelerate fat metabolism. It must be black sugar and cream. Trigger an insulin response and deliver fructose directly to the liver, completely negating the benefit. If black coffee is uncomfortable on an empty stomach, unsweetened green tea is an equally powerful alternative. Its EGCG catechins suppress fat accumulation inside liver cells, reduce oxidative damage, and improve insulin sensitivity. A 12-week clinical trial in fatty liver patients found that daily green tea extract consumption produced significant reductions in ALT levels and liver fat content. When you break your fast, the first meal matters enormously. For fatty liver patients, the ideal meal centers around 4 key foods. Eggs deserve the top position because they are the richest dietary source of choline, the essential nutrient that acts as the liver's fat transport mechanism. Without adequate choline, fat has no vehicle to leave the liver and simply accumulates there. Do not avoid the yolk. That is where all the choline is. Studies show that 80% of female fatty liver patients returned to normal liver function after increasing their choline intake. Broccoli, especially broccoli sprouts, delivers sulforaphane, a compound that powerfully activates the liver's phase 2 detoxification enzymes, reduces inflammation in liver cells, and creates a barrier against the progression from simple fatty liver to fatty liver inflammation. Lightly steamed or raw is best since prolonged cooking degrades sulforaphane activity. Garlic rounds out the ideal first meal. Its allicin compound inhibits the liver enzymes responsible for fat synthesis, provides antioxidant protection to hepatocytes, and clinical trials show garlic supplementation produces significant reductions in body fat and liver fat markers in fatty liver patients. A simple recipe to anchor your morning. Bring 2 cups of light broth to a low simmer. Dissolve 1 tablespoon of miso paste. Add 1 cup of lightly blanched broccoli florets, 1 egg cracked directly in, half a block of soft tofu, and finish with 1 clove of crushed garlic off the heat. This single bowl delivers choline from the egg, sulforaphane from the broccoli, isoflavones from both miso and tofu, and allicin from garlic. Everything your liver needs most in the morning. It is finally allowed to start healing. Pair your fasting window with 30 to 45 minutes of light morning exercise. Walking, cycling, or gentle movement. Fasted exercise draws energy directly from liver fat stores, because insulin is already low and fat burning mode is already active. Research comparing fasting with exercise to fasting alone found significantly greater liver fat reduction in the combination group. Keep intensity low and duration consistent. The goal is sustained fat mobilization, not metabolic stress. Before you begin, please observe these important cautions. If your fatty liver has already progressed to inflammation or cirrhosis, these lifestyle interventions support, but do not replace formal medical treatment. Consult your physician first. If you are managing diabetes with insulin or blood glucose medications, extending your fasting window directly affects blood sugar management and must be done under medical supervision. Rapid weight loss more than 1 to 2 kilograms per month can paradoxically worsen fatty liver by flooding the liver with fatty acids faster than it can process them. Gradual is safer. High-dose supplements and some herbal remedies are among the leading causes of drug-induced liver injury. Review anything you are currently taking with your doctor. And if you drink alcohol, no fasting routine, no diet, and no supplement can outpace the damage. Reducing alcohol is non-negotiable for fatty liver recovery. The liver is the only organ in the human body capable of regenerating itself. Given the right conditions, adequate fasting time, liver-supportive foods, and the removal of primary damage sources, it will heal. Your fatty liver diagnosis is not your destiny. It is a biological instruction to change the timing and quality of how you eat. Start tonight by finishing dinner before 7 p.m. Wake up tomorrow and drink warm lemon water before anything else. Let your liver work in peace for 14 to 16 hours. Then feed it eggs, broccoli, and miso when you break your fast. Repeat this daily. 4 to 8 weeks from now, your blood work may tell a very different story. If this video gave you clarity and direction, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone whose liver needs this information. Your healthiest liver is still ahead of you.